Hey everyone, and welcome to Lifeology. Today we're going to be talking about the 16 laws of psychological power, principles that explain how influence, control, and perception quietly shape success in everyday life. These ideas aren't about manipulation for the sake of manipulation, but about understanding human behavior and learning how to move through the world with awareness, intention, and strength. Let's begin. The first law is understanding that good work alone often goes unrecognized. If you want to gain power and influence, a strong work ethic by itself is not enough. You can put in long hours, do excellent work, and still be overlooked if no one notices what you're doing. The people who rise are not only those who work hard, but those who make their contributions visible. If you don't stand out, you blend into the background, and even exceptional work can be overshadowed and forgotten. This is why it's important to step forward, take initiative, and allow your efforts to be seen, because recognition is often what separates progress from stagnation. The second law is to hide your intentions. Imagine walking into a car dealership and immediately telling the salesperson how badly you want a particular car. The moment they know your desire, the balance of power shifts, because you've revealed your position. When people know exactly what you want, they gain leverage over you. However, when you remain neutral and detached, you force the other party to work harder to win you over. By revealing only what is necessary and keeping your true intentions private, you retain control of the exchange and protect your psychological advantage. The third law is to prioritize action over argument. You can debate endlessly, win every point, and still gain nothing of real value. Arguments often satisfy the ego, but they rarely change outcomes. If someone wants to argue, let them, because actions will always speak louder than words. Your behavior, consistency, and results will persuade far more effectively than verbal conflict ever could. Psychological power comes from moving forward, not from proving you're right. The fourth law is to mind your words. The more you speak, the more your words lose weight. When you speak only when necessary, your voice carries authority and intention. People begin to listen more closely and take you seriously because your words are not wasted. Speaking too much increases the likelihood of mistakes, overpromising, or revealing information that weakens your position. When every word is deliberate and purposeful, silence itself becomes a form of power. The fifth law is to cultivate confidence. Every path worth taking is filled with setbacks, obstacles, and moments of self-doubt. There will be times when people tell you to quit, and moments when your own mind works against you. Those who give up lose not just progress, but psychological power. Confidence grows through small victories and persistence, and each success builds the courage to face the next challenge. Power is not only about how others see you, but how you motivate and believe in yourself. The sixth law is to be cautious with friends and strategic with enemies. Friends can be dangerous on the path to success because familiarity often breeds blind trust. We excuse mistakes, ignore warning signs, and assume loyalty where it may not exist. Enemies, on the other hand, are predictable. When you engage with someone who opposes you, you remain alert and objective. Those who once opposed you may even become more loyal because they feel they have something to prove. Friends matter in life, but unchecked trust can cost you power in an instant. The seventh law is to recognize that people act in their own self-interest. When you ask for a favor, appealing to kindness alone is often ineffective. People are far more likely to help when they see how helping you also benefits them. When you clearly explain what they gain, you align your request with their interests. When people believe they are helping themselves, cooperation becomes much more likely. The eighth law is to avoid unnecessary commitments. Commitments lock you into positions, sides, and expectations that may not serve you in the long run. Powerful people maintain flexibility, keeping their options open and their perspective broad. By avoiding rigid promises, They remain adaptable and able to move with changing circumstances. True power comes from freedom of choice, not from obligation. The 9th law is to play yourself down. Most people want to feel intelligent and capable, and if you constantly showcase your own intelligence, you threaten that desire. When you allow others to feel smart, heard, and confident, you gain influence without resistance. Playing yourself down does not mean diminishing your ability. It means understanding that proving your intelligence often creates enemies rather than allies. The 10th law is to support your superiors. If you want to rise, you must respect those above you. Trying to outshine or undermine them creates resistance and resentment. Instead, position yourself as an ally, someone who strengthens and supports their success. When opportunities arise, people recommend those they trust and feel supported by, not those who made them feel threatened. The 11th law is concentration. Psychological power grows when you identify your strengths and develop them deeply instead of spreading yourself thin across many skills. Specialization creates mastery, and mastery creates influence. By committing fully to one direction, one project, or one purpose, you increase your chances of achieving results that set you apart. The 12th law is effortless achievement. When you accomplish something significant, resist the urge to advertise how hard it was. Present success as natural and composed, even if it required immense effort behind the scenes. This creates the perception of control, confidence, and competence. You should always remember the work you put in, but the world does not need to see the struggle. The 13th law is avoiding the giant shadow. Stepping into the role of a legendary predecessor may seem like an opportunity, but it often sets you up for constant comparison. Instead of filling the shoes of someone exceptional, create success where others failed. Turning failure into progress draws far greater recognition and authority. The 14th law is to set anger aside. Anger clouds judgment, narrows perspective, and hands power to those who provoke it. When someone sees that they can trigger you, they gain leverage. Distance and calm indifference are far more effective responses. Remaining composed allows you to think clearly and act strategically. The 15th law is mastering time without appearing rushed. The most powerful people manage their time effectively while maintaining a calm and composed presence. Rushing creates anxiety and damages reputation. Control your schedule, move deliberately, and let patience guide your decisions, because psychological power depends heavily on timing. The 16th and final law is calculated value. While many things in life are free, some forms of influence require investment. Certain names, titles, or positions carry weight that cannot be replicated cheaply. Being cost-effective in personal life is wise, but cutting corners when building authority often costs more in the long run. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe, because more insightful and powerful content is on the way.